Welcome back. Crush a Lot podcast. I'm your boy Cheese. It's a monumental day. Monumental. For a lot of reasons. Well, one, we're recording from Brooklyn Podcast Studio here in Brooklyn, so we upgraded.
It was a little upgrade.
A little upgrade, but
Okay.
we don't have my kids screaming in the background no more. And then the revolution got to be televised because finally, the bodyguard Calzingas via Miami, straight off the flight, is actually sitting next to me. So we've got first contact. First contact has been made. About 2.5 years later,
Right?
we're here and we're excited. We had to go big because today's the release of this recording of one of the more highly anticipated records for both of us. We're talking about V Don's project, Black Mass. So we had to bring in V himself to Brooklyn. V, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's a great day for me.
It's cold as hell today.
Oh yeah, it's icy
great.
out here. It's icy.
Icy. The other day I was about to wear shorts.
Oh, you's a wild boy. Oh no. You're right. It was hot the other day.
The other
Yeah,
day.
it was-
I was like, I don't know why I'm sweating in places I don't want to sweat in, but I wear these shorts, and I'm glad I did it. Your release is out. It's been highly anticipated, all over social media. It's day one. How has that been? How's that response been to the record?
Yo, it's been great, man. I've been getting a lot of good responses on it. You know, I'm excited, man. I'm happy, man. It's finally out.
Do you feel like it's been better than all of the other albums that you've released to date? Or do you think you love them all just the same?
With this one, I'm a little bit more excited about this one because I spent a lot of time on it, as far as mixing and arranging. So I feel like this one is special. I mean, so I'm definitely more excited about this project.
And then everything you did with this project, was it in-house? Like you did it with like people you know, like the mixing and the engineering and the sound? How'd that go?
Every project I put out has been in-house. Like I got my own engineers, my own artwork people. I mix as well too. I help out mixing with the project. So even down to my video guys, you know what I mean? Everything's in-house.
Because you're an independent artist, correct?
Correct.
So basically you do everything. You do everything all on your own. Nobody, no assistant, no nothing. You just do it all on your own. That's it.
Yeah, with the help of my team, you know what I mean? I got my own team, Serious Sound. So yeah, basically I'm trying to be like a mastermind right now. Yeah.
When you're thinking about putting your projects together, you have been able to, and why I gravitate to your sound, you definitely have a modern day contemporary hip hop approach to the way you deliver your music, your content, but it's still very much rooted in traditional boom bap type
Right.
of hip hop, but you found a nice medium between honoring that, but yet still staying current. And that's very important for me, who's an old head about to be 40 in a few weeks, who's been disenfranchised with the sound of hip hop. You found that medium spot where it's like you could introduce older heads to like, no, this is the new generation does have something to offer. You give it a shot. And I feel like you are one of the important connectors to those generation listeners. Is that
Right.
something that you've heard in conversations through it? How is that your production? When you think about your production, is that something in your mind?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've heard that a lot. Like, yo, you know how to blend, both sounds together. Definitely it's in my mind because I don't want my production to sound boring. I don't want it to sound like 1992. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool, but them times is over. You know what I mean? So I just be giving it my own taste to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
One of the interesting things obviously getting ready for the show, I've been listening to a lot of V Don. I do that in my normal time anyway, but I listen to more trying to find like the common threads between all your projects. And I reached out to Kalina about it. Like, have you noticed that almost every project that V Don puts out there's this very dark undertone to the presentation, the artwork, the soundscapes. It's like borderline uncomfortable at times, like the
I feel
production,
you.
right? And even the titles from Bone Collector to the
Right.
stuff you're doing with Dark Low, with Prophecies, and now you have Black Mass. Is this underlying darkness there? But
Right.
we've talked a few times,
Uh huh.
and it's always been jovial and chill and comical. And I'm like, man, is there this brooding, silent, dark side to V Don
I
that's
mean, you can't always be happy, right? So I don't think I ever feel like, oh, happiness, joy from it either. I
yeah,
don't think everything's going to be good all the time. So sometimes I think that's what it is. It's like you do what you want to do, but it's in your own way. I guess to me, he just does it in his own way.
yeah,
Like with me, I think I'm capable of doing all kind of sounds, but that's the sound I just love the most. You feel me? Like when I hear a dark, crazy beat, it just gets me amped to do
yo,
it.
me
But
too.
but I noticed that with my own tapes too. That's why this year I'm thinking about switching it up a bit because I know I could go in different lanes. So I just do what I like the most. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's time to switch it up a tad bit.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about particularly Bone Collector and this one is even though they're
Yeah.
two different projects, it still feels like there's a synergy that pulls them together. It's like the next chapter.
It's really like movies. I'm into films a lot, so a lot of my titles be from like a film or something like that. It's like like I'm scoring something. Yep.
I did watch Bone Collector, the movie, when the album came out. It was like the only way to really pay homage to that record. I ended up getting the black vinyl one because I missed out on the cream. I was a little too slow on it.
It's like Black Mass too. When he told me the title, I was like, oh, so it just so happened that it was on like a couple days after, and I hadn't seen the movie in like in a while, and like maybe a year or two, and then I saw it, I was like, oh, it's creepy. It's a creepy ass movie.
You also started releasing the Dark Low series that you have with him. Obviously, Dark Low is in his own situation now. So
Right.
free Dark Low.
for sure. Free to
Can
bro
we get
Dark
this
Low.
over with?
Of course. Free
Let's
Dog Low.
get the man out here. And we had the privilege of talking to him out of nowhere. Shout
That's
out to
right.
Riggs for making that happen.
Shout out to Riggs, the homie.
The homie Riggs. The rollout to that project is different than what you usually do. You dropped two sets of it already, 2 songs each.
Right.
What's the thinking behind that? Because I been as a listener, I've been enjoying that kind of rollout
Right.
the last couple of years when people do that.
Well, the whole concept of that is we was gearing up the Timeless 2, and then he had an unfortunate situation, so I was thinking instead of just releasing all the records at one time, let me stretch him out. So until he gets out, hopefully he gets out soon. You feel me? So
Now, do you
that's the
think that you have the ability to make certain artists sound a certain way? Because when I hear what you do, right, it's like you're able to highlight the artist in such a way that it makes them stand out. As much as you do that, do you feel like it's your goal or it's your objective to make them sound the best that they can sound?
definitely, because like when I listen to them, and if I like them, I feel like I could bring the best out of them. Like I know they full potential, so when I get with them, I just try to make that happen.
I think that's what you did in this on this tape too. Specifically though, I think it was more for Riggs and for Dave East and Dash. I know sometimes people feel a certain way about the artists that I just named because, Dave East, he's different. He's a little bit more popular. He has a way different
Right.
sound. So I feel like when you work with him, it brings out the best in him. He's always like in a good pocket with you.
Right.
If you guys could do a full tape together, that would be perfect. It would be good for him. It would be good for you. But just people like that and Riggs too, like the beats are more up tempo. It just works better.
Yeah, I just feel like with the people you name, I just feel like I know how they like how I would want to hear them. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's how I envision it. Like if East called me to come to the studio, I'm gonna bring a certain batch of beats, but I know I can hear them on it. I just vision people on the beat before I even send it to them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we're putting a project together. I don't know if you knew that.
Of
But
course.
and that's one of the things is like I hear this person and then Kalina hears someone completely different, then I have to go back and go, yeah, I can hear that too. It's like it's an interesting process because now that we're dabbling in it, it gets us super excited. I haven't been like this excited about music in a very long time where it's like
Yeah,
I
it's
can have
fun.
influence. It's a lot of fun.
You're
So I can
putting things together that otherwise it wouldn't make sense. You know, certain people on a certain sound. It's fun.
it's fun. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, executive producing.
we're
You know what I mean?
executive
So,
producing it, and
yeah.
me and Kalina were like, if we could do this full time, we would because it's that much fun to just go through it. Now, mind you, 100 beats to picking one that is not a good ratio, but it's a part of the process that we enjoy, or at least
Right.
I've been enjoying. Hopefully, you got those acapella batches I
I
sent you.
did.
There's a few I like in there. And saying that, have you ever been tempted to call David East Method Man when he's in the studio with you? Because
It's
because
like,
that's
no.
because I would do that. Because I'm a troll. You guys know that. I'll be like, yo, Meth, or something
Nah,
I'm
like that.
too quiet to do any of that stuff. I probably wouldn't.
nah, I could never do that. He played meth real good though.
Yeah,
What?
it was a good show.
Yeah, definitely. He
I,
did his thing.
I stopped.
thing.
The episode I stopped in was when I saw Divine's butt in the air when he was making love to the girl. I'm like, okay, okay.
I don't think
Divine.
I seen that part.
It's like episode
I
6.
don't- that-
It
that-
started
that-
episode 6 with Divine's butt in the air. I'm like,
Oh no,
alright.
I definitely.
Alright,
I don't think I seen that episode.
I thought the first episode was so wild too. I'm like, wait,
The first one was fire.
fire. I was like, wait, they were trying to kill each other? Like, how did I miss this? Because I'm a Wu-Tang historian. I'm like, they try to shoot at each other?
I
Like,
asked her, man, was that true, man? I got some homies in Staten Island. They said that's cap. I don't know. I don't know.
we never know with Rizzo.
I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
I did get
the
blocked
show
by
is great,
Raekwon
though.
recently. That's
Oh,
another
damn.
whole other story. He did not like my commentary.
I would want to do something with Raekwon.
He's the homie. Well, don't.
Yeah.
Well, he blocked me, but so
What?
Oh, man.
yeah, man. Check out the last episode when me and Zilla Rocca talked about why I got blocked by Raekwon.
Yeah, I got to
Go do that.
Tune in.
That's the episode you weren't on. So that's the episode me and Sir Love that we're on. Saying that if you haven't checked out Black Mask, go do that now. Links are right below. If you're into buying physicals, go over to Tough Kong right now. Go buy the V Don Black Mask. There's also there's still maybe a few of the Bone Collector and the Vito and Ito.
Vito and Ito, that.
V Don and Ito project.
Oh, murder.
I finally found one. Shout out to Chung Wizard for sending me that. I was like, I gotta find one that sold out, and then he had one. I'll send it to him. Like, send it over, buddy. Send it
Fire.
over. So I'm happy I got it.
Happy
But go
got-
check
got
out
your
the
hands on that.
catalog. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait to spin that.
Mhm.
What do you have around the corner that you could share? We have Black Pass now. Go check that out. Is there anything else you're working on?
Or that you want to work on.
Although you want to work on besides Raekwon? I can't help you with that one. That one flew the coop.
I want to work on getting some bigger placements this year. Like get my name out there some more. Talk to East about doing the full tape. I have a project.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of people want to hear him rap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like
that,
really rap. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So-
conflicted on how much I wanted to talk about David East even outside of here because I really enjoyed that project that he put out, and I'm very critical.
Mhm.
At the same time, it wasn't like it didn't burn up the way most people thought, and he's like a legit
Mm-hmm.
superstar.
Yeah.
So I think it's like I was always trying to find out was the timing too late? Like Inspector Deck should have been bigger than what he was.
Right? Like I would always wonder that about him.
Yeah.
Like, what is it about him that either people really enjoy or don't like? Like, where is he at right now?
Or did
but
it
it just
take too
depends. And he
long
just
for that project to come out? Like for me, I was like, the way I talked about it with Sir Loveday was like, Inspector Deck took way too long to drop that, and he missed the sweet spot to
Right.
release
it
it.
be like that, man. It's
I
about
think it feels
timing
like that.
too.
As far as East, I think a lot of people was fucking with the project. I just think it needs to be worked more. He
Yeah.
only shot one video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you gotta. It's a lot of other songs people like on there.
I enjoyed it, especially your track on it. I'm
he
gonna check that
he
out
put
first.
Clue on it. That was crazy.
Yeah, so I was happy that happened. How does that placement work stuff? Because usually, like, you would submit, you do stuff, but I realize that not everyone knows if their stuff is gonna go on a project until
Right.
it's released.
As far as like with East, I know him. You know what I'm saying, and I know a lot of his homies. So if he doesn't hit me, one of his homies will hit me like, "Yo, he's working. You know we need you on this, and just pull up to the lab." And I pull up. He usually does something every time I come through.
Crush It Out podcast. If you're new to the show, thank you for checking it out.
Shit.
It's all great if you want to subscribe and like us. That'll be nice. But go hit the links below. Go check out V Don's catalog. That's why we do that. If you want to interact with us, go hit us on social media. Crush It Out podcast. Cheese everywhere. Crush It Out podcast on all the social media. Calzingas exclusively on Twitter. That's her exclusive contract with Twitter. So go find her on Calzingas. Come to, if you're in Boston, March 21st. Come find me at the Middle East, where I will be attending the Family Affair tour with Brown Bag Money, Danielson Ason Eastwood, Future Wave, and The Cloth, Riggs, Mooch, Mav, Rob Gates, Rome Street, Al Davino, SD Nack, everybody who's been on the show will be there.
Everybody gonna be in there.
I will be there. The Fuck You Mean podcast will be there as well. Shout out Money Miz and Lukey Cage. Are you going?
Yo, I might have to pop out.
You may have to pop. Let me know. I got a ride.
Say that.
We got the whip.
Yo, like, can I take off my headphones and look cool like her? You know?
Absolutely. I do it to cover my obvious balding. Now this is on video format. I need to look appealing. You could take it off for sure. So come find me there. And we have some surprises coming soon. First single coming soon. We'll leave it there.
That's
leave
right.
it
First
right
single
there.
coming soon.
Coming soon. Crush It Out podcast. We'll catch you in the next one.